So the first dish is truffled toasted Gruyere cheese sandwich with a truffled egg, and it's inspired by a breakfast dish really that no one in the U.S. really eats, but my son eats here. To make a truffled egg, what I do is I just get the best eggs I can get them from my organic egg man. I put them in a bucket like this. That's why I brought this. It's not very attractive, but this is what we use at the restaurant. I pack it full of eggs, and fresh truffles. Make sure that they're not sweaty, but it's kind of a hot day, so they're sweating now. And leave them in there for at least a week. And what happens is the truffle's egg shell are pretty porous, and they soak up the perfume or the essence of the truffle into the egg. So it's very faint or subtle, but you can taste them. Like I've got a lot of people who say, oh, I don't think that actually works, I haven't had much luck with it. If you get great truffles and you have good eggs, you leave them in there for a week, you will get the flavor of them when you eat the egg. But I have another little secret that makes them just boom with truffle flavor. So this is a really simple way to use them. It really picks up the flavor well. You will get it by the end of it, and it's also accessible to anyone, I think. Anyone who doesn't have aversion to cheese or eggs. So boiling water, just lightly boiling. Eggs, room temperature is a bit better because they could crack when I drop them in, so I'm going to drop 2 in and hopefully neither one of them will crack. So you just leave them in. I do a 5-minute egg. So go with that. Hopefully I won't miss that time. So in the meantime, we'll start with the truffled sandwich. So I just take a loaf of bread. Normal white block is fine. Tend to try to slice it pretty thin, so I slice it myself. Two slices. A little bit of unsalted butter. Everyone's probably made this before, but maybe not with the truffle component. This is Gruyere cheese. Sometimes I use Heidi Gruyere, which is an Australian. Sometimes I use Swiss Gruyere. I tend to prefer the Swiss Gruyere, but it's all good. I've even done this with tasty cheese at home, and it's still good. So raclette would work, Gruyere would work. Any type of Swiss cheese would be perfect for this. The one thing about truffles is you want to slice them really thin. One is because of the price, and so they don't need to be, you don't want them too thick. You want to get as much use out of them as you can. But the other reason is because they've got a really cool texture. Like I like to actually slice them and put one on my tongue and just like savor the truffle aroma. But also the texture's really great, and I don't know really what it compares to because there's nothing else quite like it. So then I just take them, lay them down. The more you use, the better. And this is on the menu at Jonah's at the moment. And it was recently in a culinary calendar too. And this was Mr. January, or the January dish. So then, any kind of pan will work. You can do it on a grill, you can do it on a Teflon or non-Teflon. A little bit of whole butter in there. Just pretty much make a toasted cheese sandwich. That's it's not too hard. So that's 4.5, 5 minutes there. You can cook the eggs any way you want, but the finished dish, I want the egg to be like a sauce, like a dipping sauce. So you don't really want to cook it hard cooked unless that's the only really way you eat them. The sandwich is just starting to go. So, just toasting up that sandwich. And this is one of my favorite parts. I think I almost kind of came up with this dish just because I love this tool. And you may or may not have seen it. It's available at Chef's Warehouse, which is a chef store in town, and probably most stores like that. But it's an egg cutter. It's a nice way to get a perfect egg topped. It's a fun thing to play around with. And more like you. I have this. This is Cyprus black sea salt. It's from Cyprus, and it's black because of lava that's naturally in the soil and the water. Sprinkle a little bit on top of that. A little there.
It almost looks like truffles, doesn't it?
It does.
My parents are from Cyprus, so
really?
I love that.
I think it's got a great salinity to it too. It's not too salty. It's not weak at all. It's got the beautiful pyramids, like you say, Malden sea salt. So then I can just cut the cheese sandwich into 4. At Jonah's, I serve 2 of the sandwiches with this because you want to sop up all the egg. I just much on them a bit.
Because truffles and eggs love each other, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
And then just to boost the truffle flavor in the egg, so hopefully whoever orders it does get it, just julienne a little bit of the shavings that are left over. And add that to the top. And that's it.
Bravo!
Yeah.